My dearest Momsy and Popsicle, there's been some confusion over hiking here in Italy. Well, hello and welcome to Travel Day. First of all, if you don't know where we're going, or if you don't know who I am, I'm Jen and we're going to Italy and Switzerland. We're leaving tonight at 6:30. Right now it's about 11 a.m. Still have a few more things to do around the house. I need to change the sheets on my bed. Do you do that? Because I want everything to be clean and beautiful when I get back. Yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm super excited to bring you along with me. So let's go. Flying first class is not something that we do all the time, but for this particular trip, we happen to have some global upgrade certificates, which is something that Delta offers to their high status customers. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it was not easy to figure out how to use these. I was on the phone with them for quite some time, but we were waitlisted on the way there. We already were able to book it for the way back, and we did have a full trip with Delta One, both coming and going. And those lie flat beds, I'm telling you, you just cannot beat that for feeling ready to hit the ground running when you get to your destination. Will it happen again in the future? Probably not, but it was really nice to have it this time. So we made it to Milan. I'm just waiting for Scott. We're gonna get on the train and head to Milan Central. From Milan Central, we pick up a train to La Spezia. Is that even right? It's close. And then from there, we get on the little train and we head to Cinque Terre. So from the point I'm standing right now, we still have about another 5 hours, give or take, ahead of us before we are actually in Vernazza. But the flight was great. I slept really good. It's remarkable what those lie flat seats will do for you. I don't have another trip like that planned for a long time, and it's not something I'm going to get used to, but it was sure nice. I'm not mad about it. It was good. Breakfast was kind of blah, but yeah, it was a good flight. First cappuccino of the trip. It's in the airport. No, actually, where are we? We're at the train station.
Yeah.
We're at Milan Central, and very good cappuccino. One weird thing, we didn't have to pay when we left. They just had the doors open and we're just having everybody go through. So hopefully we're not going to get some weird, mysterious charge, but I don't know. Okay, we are now getting ready to board this train to head to La Spezia. Am I saying that right, Scotty? We think I'm saying that right. La Spezia. And we purchased first class tickets, which was probably overkill, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, next leg of this very long travel day is commencing. I'm excited. Also, I've had a cappuccino, which was quite yummy. We've made it to La Spezia and we have bought our tickets. We didn't buy them in advance because we weren't sure what time we would actually get to this station. And in hindsight, I'm kind of glad that we didn't, because it worked out perfectly because it was running a little late. But we did have to cross over and then cross back. So this has been quite the travel day, but we're almost there. We're 9/10 of the way there. I'm not gonna add up how many hours this has taken. We're just gonna trust that the view when we get there is gonna have been worth it. We literally just walked in. Beautiful apartment. Kind of a long travel day. However, I'm gonna go with worth it. Oh my gosh, you guys. What do you think, Scotty? Worth it?
Oh yeah.
Worth the million-hour travel day? Because this is our view? I cannot. Yeah, it's actually a 2-bedroom unit. Ruth from Cinque Terre Vacations, who, by the way, I found out about through a friend, and then I just heard her or read her recommended in Steve's guidebook to Cinque Terre, so that's really nice. But there's 2 bedrooms, so if you had a family, this would be a perfect spot. There's a really sweet little kitchen. And then this is the other balcony, not to be confused with those balconies. This is the other balcony. I'm gonna spin, but I'll show it to you as well. Oh my gosh. I need to collect my thoughts for a minute, and I'm just gonna wait a beat, but hopefully I'll come back before the sun is down because I do want to show you guys around. This is out the other balcony, and you can have your meals out here too. Little vineyard up on the hill, and then there's the table. And I cannot get over how the windows to take advantage of all the sea breezes. And the windows are so awesome, you guys. Oh my gosh. Heavenly. It's like everything you think of when you think of Cinque Terre, like if it's in a movie. I love it. Oh, would you look at that? 21 hours? That was our travel day? Oh my gosh. She's got to start it with... Okay. And cute little Smeg. I feel like this is a really, really good use of double capture. We are out here on the balcony of our beautiful Airbnb. And this is what we're looking at. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm sitting out here listening to the bells of the church and watching seagulls. Whew. Big happy sign. I'm not gonna do a full tour of the apartment because Ruth has done such a good job of that on her website, and I can tell you it's represented exactly. I've already put my stuff away, but I had to show you what this looks like out the bedroom. And you can just hear the waves. So yes, we will absolutely be sleeping with this window open. You can open this too. Oh my gosh. Look at that, you guys. Beautiful sunset. Of the 5 villages of Cinque Terre, I believe Vernazza is the second smallest. I loved that. It's big enough that you have plenty of restaurants, coffee shops, things like that, but also small enough that it felt like a very tiny village. And in the mornings and the evenings when the day trippers cleared out, it was like heaven. I think we chose the perfect village to stay in Cinque Terre. Good morning, everybody. We both slept so good. I spent the entire morning just sitting over there and reading. Scott slept later than I did. It's literally 1 o'clock. That was the plan for today. Like, that's the trade-off, right? We knew that the train journey getting out here was going to be a lot. And the trade-off was we said that today, the first half of the day, we would do nothing. And that's what we did. So now we just found out that there is an Italian train strike on Friday, which is when we had planned to work our way to Locarno. And we are in the midst of chatting with the owner of this apartment what our alternative options are, because apparently they take the rail strikes very seriously, which I kind of knew in the back of my head, but I didn't have it on my radar that there was going to be one. So that's okay. Let me show you the ocean this morning. Not that it's changed since I showed it to you last night. Oh, I should mention too, we had dinner at a wonderful place. I will put the name of it down here. It was recommended to us by Ruth. I mean, she basically just gave us our entire itinerary, so we had to plan next to nothing. But yeah, let me show you what I'm looking at. Dinner, I'll talk to you about dinner in just a second. Oh, look at that. Little charter boat out there enjoying the day. Lots of boats out on the water today. It's gonna be gorgeous, 70 degrees. Perfect sunny. So beautiful. Okay, I came out to the other balcony so you can see out here. I had gnocchi in pesto sauce last night, and pesto was actually invented in this region of Italy. So I had that and the local white wine. Perfection. Scott had a pizza. It was just what we wanted. As you're aware, it was such a long travel day. I'm not sure where we're gonna eat. Like right now, we're going to a place called the Blue Marlin that's here in Vernazza. And then the plan is to do just like a walk around and maybe one of the shorter hikes. But today it's all about going with the flow. So I'll let you know what we get up to. I didn't even realize yesterday that we have a view of the sea from over here as well. And there's the church. So we came up literally just the steps that are right outside our apartment. And it was, what was that? 2 minutes, Scotty? And we're up here. And this is what we get to look at. Wow. So we're sat down for lunch with a glass of wine. We're at the Blue Marlin. We're trying to figure out how we're going to get to Locarno with the train strike. Right now, our best option is looking like trying to get a one-way rental between La Spezia and Locarno, because as long as we're on the train by 9, we can get as far as La Spezia because the morning trains are guaranteed before the strike. So yeah. Other options include staying an extra night. I can check with Ruth, see if we can stay an extra night here. We don't know what we're doing. It's just exciting. The 5 villages of the Cinque Terre are connected several different ways. You can get in between them by train, you can get in between most of them by ferry, and you can also get in between them by hiking. Scott and I would end up utilizing all 3 of those ways and doing much more hiking than we anticipated, but it is truly a magical land, and if you've ever dreamt of going, book the trip. I'm hoping that if you're this far into this video that you aren't watching this for hard-hitting adventures in Italy, because literally all we've done today is wake up, have coffee, and read, went to lunch, walked around the town, did see some pretty cool sights, I will say, in the town, went and bought milk, and now I'm having some tea, and our host Ruth left these little cookies, and we're gonna sit out here until probably 6 o'clock, and then we found a little market and we're gonna go buy some takeaway food for dinner. Very slow. It's what I wanted. It's what I said I wanted from this trip. But yeah, if you're like, I can't believe she's there and that's all they're doing. I know, because we're on vacation. It's so fun. Okay, it's a long time later. We've had our lunch, we've had our nap, and now we are doing 508, which is taking us up to a church, and it's supposed to be really pretty. So we'll let you know. So we ended up doing most of the hikes that Ruth recommended, and this very first one was Vernazza to Reggio Sanctuary, which is a church that, as far as I can tell, was founded in the 1200s, 1250, I believe. The hike up, we were literally the only people on the trail, and it led up to this gorgeous church, a little grotto. The views on the way up, we hiked through vineyards. It was a little challenging, as most of the hikes that we did were. These are not hikes that you should consider doing if you are not in fairly decent physical shape, although there are handrails and you can always look at the guides. It'll tell you the level of difficulty for each individual trail, but this one definitely was off the beaten path. Okay, we're halfway and we just stopped for a water break. If I look a little sweaty,
You are.
it's because I am, but I don't smell, right, Scotty?
Yeah, well, I think we smell.
I don't. Anyway, there's Vernazza down there. This is supposed to be an easy hike, so I'm not sure what a hard one looks like. For this trail, which is 508, there is a bus you can take up to the top and then you can climb down. So if you have kids, you might want to do it that way. But, you know, we just decided to work off our gnocchi.
Well, it's also creating deficit for gelato.
Ah, yes. Not that you need to earn your food. That's not what we're saying. But we will be having gelato later. I got to get my lactate.
Yeah.
My dearest Momsy and Popsicle. There's been some confusion over hiking here in Italy. So we're over halfway now, right? He didn't answer me. He keeps telling me, it's just a little ways further. It's just a little ways further. Okay, we made it. We're gonna go check out the church and then we have to head back down before it gets dark. But we also found this little grotto. Scotty was asking if he thinks we could drink the water. I mean, if you feel lucky, maybe. Maybe. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. Whoa. It is incredibly cool up here. Now, this is when YouTubers build that tension about will they get back down the hill before nightfall. And I would love to manufacture that for you, but I actually am a little concerned about that. But we brought a flashlight. There was one in our apartment, and so we decided to bring it. We just made it down and it is now officially completely dark. He had the flashlight, so that was good. Oh yeah, he's showing with the flashlight. This last section, there's actually some very rickety, not rickety, but treacherous stairs that go up that way. That was the part I was the most worried about, but we made it with not a second to spare. And what's next, Scotty?
Food.
Food. Okay, this is me being adventurous and trying anchovies. Hold on. Oh, it's cheese. Oh, I thought I hated anchovies.
Well, most people do, Jen.
No, these don't taste like anchovies.
How would you know?
We're
It's your
doing it
first
wrong.
ones.
I always thought I hated them. I think I just needed to have them in Italy. That's the thing. So this is the Cinque Terre Express, and it's €5 to go in between the stations, or you can get the card, which gives you full access to all of the 5 stations for the entire time of your trip. It's kind of fun. Oh, and it's always Lavato or La Spezia. La Spezia if it's headed toward where we are. What station are we at? Riomaggiore. And then it's Lavato if you're headed the opposite direction toward Monterosso. It sounds complicated, and honestly, we've had a bit of a learning curve, but you figure it out. Okay, we are now in Riomaggiore, and it's very different than Vernazza. The colors are the same with the buildings, but a lot more boats, and it's much more vertical, and it's really beautiful. I mean, they're all really beautiful, so I can't just keep saying that, but yeah. We took the train to get here. There is a path between here and Corniglia, which is the next town over, but we think it's closed right now. So we're either going to take the ferry back that way, but we're going to do all, by the end of today, we will have done 4 of the 5 towns, right? Yeah. So yeah. So we kind of knew when we set out today, we didn't know what we were going to do, but we knew we wanted to see 3 of the 5 towns. Okay, so we're staying in Vernazza, obviously, and there's 5 total. So now we are in Riomaggiore, and we're going to, which I keep getting confused. If you're confused, yes, Lake Maggiore is where we're going next, which is many, many, many miles from here, but they're called the same thing. So that's confusing. But now we're sitting here deciding what to do next. So we think we're gonna walk to the next village over, which is Manarola. It's about 30 minutes. It's a hike. I didn't look it up, so I don't know what to expect. So, get lunch there, and then what did we say? Take the ferry or something. And then somewhere in there was get lunch and there was get a coffee. So I'm on board. It kind of just got to go with the flow. The wind seems to have died down though, so that's really nice. And it looks like the ferries are running again. So, okay, I'm telling Scotty as he doesn't know what just happened. So we bought the trekking card, which was good. No, it's okay. And then we didn't realize we needed the supplement for Via dell'Amore, which we're on now. So it was $7.50 per person for the card, and then it was €10 per person for the supplement. We don't really know what we're getting into, but we're excited about it either way. Are you laughing?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's $20 an hour to walk this thing.
No, but we have other things we can do today with that.
So just this part.
In my defense, the entire website was in Italian, and there was no way for me to look at it in English, so we're doing the best we can. Okay, so here's the deal. Yes, it did cost us $10 per person to walk this very short, like quarter-mile stretch that goes in between Riomaggiore and Manarola. It's beautiful. We were not the only people complaining that it was €10 per person to walk this relatively small stretch of hiking path. Having said that, the construction was gorgeous, the views were impeccable, and yes, Scott Lefforge will be heard complaining about this probably for decades to come, and we're just gonna deal with that because I'm not sorry at all that we did it. To help Scott with his energy, we decided to stop in and have lunch at an absolutely fabulous little place. The pasta was incredible, the service was great, and the atmosphere was just 10 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyed our lunch here. I just shot some footage right over here. They're jumping off of the cliffs and doing flips and things, and very scary, but also, oh my God, you guys, it's absolutely spectacular today. Look at that. Ah! Okay, we've now made it to Corniglia, or Corniglia. It's the only one that's not on the sea. There's a little bit of a walk from the train station. There's also a little bus you can take, but we're just gonna walk because that's how we are. And then we're gonna get some coffee or maybe some gelato. Right, Scotty?
Always room for gelato.
Always room for gelato. And then, after all that, we're gonna do a 2-hour hike back to Vernazza. And at that point, we'll have completed 4 of the 5 towns. And then we're saving Monterosso for tomorrow, which is our last day. Corniglia is the smallest of the 5 villages of the Cinque Terre, and I really wished we had had more time to spend here because even though she's tiny, she feels super interesting. I was very intrigued, and we didn't have a lot of time because we didn't want to get stuck with nightfall again and all of that. We really needed to get on the trail. But someday when we come back to the Cinque Terre, I'm coming back to Corniglia because it just had this very special, artistic, creative vibe to it that made me want to stay a lot longer than the hour that we were there. Okay, so we're now starting our hike from Corniglia to Vernazza. And here's what is behind us. Whoops, as I fall off the medieval wall. Wouldn't that be terrible? That's Corniglia. And yeah, we're headed up this path. We're not sure if this is the right way, but we're pretty confident, and there's nobody else on it, which is both fun and also makes one a little insecure. But we have, what, Scotty, 2 miles?
Yeah,
About a mile and a half. It's supposed to take us 2 hours, which means there's going to be lots of steps and things.
It's a mile and a half and 700 feet of vertical climb and descent.
A good time will be had by all. One thing I honestly didn't know, as many videos as I watched and as many guidebooks as I read about hiking the Cinque Terre, is that oftentimes the paths are so narrow that you have to wait for someone else to pass. You cannot fit 2 human bodies on the path at the same time, which is both very fantastical and amazing and also a little nerve-wracking, especially when there's like a sheer drop-off on either side. But hey, it's all part of the adventure, and I absolutely loved it. Doesn't suck. Oh my God, you guys. It's so hard. It's so hard. But so from here, you can see Manarola. That's the furthest one, and Corniglia. You can see both of them. Now, this is what the road is like. It's narrow. That's where we came from. Do not do this unless you are either really stupid or in good shape. I'm not sure which one we are.
That's going to be my rental rehab, so check back in a couple of years.
You're gonna flip that.
Flip that. Hoping to bring in. Hopefully it'll pay for itself in the first 5 years.
I don't know how we're gonna get people in there. Maybe we need a helicopter thing.
That's why, well, maybe 10 years.
Okay, in classic Italian fashion, I learned that just about the time when you're thinking this entire trip was a stupid idea, Italians will put a perfectly placed bar. They will offer you a limoncello spritz that will change your life with views for miles, and it will make you vow to come back to the Cinque Terre at your earliest convenience. It will erase most of the pain of the journey, although it didn't do much for my calves the next day. But yeah, these well-placed Italian watering holes in the midst of the hiking trails, huge fan, great idea, 5 out of 5. Okay, we are almost back to Vernazza, and to show you how far we've come, 1.30 miles back to Corniglia, and Vernazza, where we're going, is only 0.10 miles. And we are actually, what's funny is our villa or apartment is literally on the road back into town, so we're even closer than that. Oh, it's been a good 2 hours though. Almost home. So I'm totally a mess, but I wanted to show you guys, look at my hair. The reason you stay in Vernazza is because with the crowds that happen during the day, this is what you get at night. And we just got our gelato from our normal place. I got the salted caramel. What'd you get tonight?
Same thing, mocha and vanilla.
Mocha and vanilla. And there's no one here. And it is this amazing, quiet, and beautiful place. And now we've been everywhere but Monterosso. And I can say definitively, depending on what we find in Monterosso, we made the right choice, right?
So far.
On where to stay. We love it here. It's just, I mean, and every turn, it's just absolutely magical. We love it. We are on a freeway in Italy, a tollway to be more specific. We have our card that we got at the first station. Yesterday we met a guy at a bar on a mountain. Stephen. Hi, Stephen.
Literally.
And he said they made the mistake of going through the auto pass lane, and so they didn't get a ticket. And then they got to where you pay, and she was like, "Where's your ticket?" And it was a whole thing. They got it figured out. They didn't get fined. He said they just played dumb American, and they were able to take care of it. But